There is value to our existence. There are reasons why each of us are born. Our quest to discover those reasons. There are two greatest days of our lives. The first, the day we are born. The second, the day we discover why. Sometimes a man, mature, attentive, never ending, reaches his destiny on a road he chooses not to walk upon. How far will a point of view and belief system go to prove dominion? Sawatika, welcome and thank you for taking the time to view my 11th show in my series of Shut Up and Dance. Today's topic is one of relationships vital to our collective safety. Therefore, our relationship with the law, the community to protect and serve. The first thing that comes to mind in this relationship is the word preference. Preference is defined as the existence of choice. This is what separates man from all animals, is his ability to choose. Power in and of itself. However, to the broader scale of a relationship with those who have to adhere to a set of standards set forth by society in general and what you can do and what you can't do. And this, the exercise of choice, is why I am vexed at this community. Can you realize that a tradition founded on the laziness and the time-honored debauchery of man's authority to less than human cockroaches, rats, poor, non-civilized leeches that stink of human excrement. I can just imagine the queries the questions running through your mind at this time. You are in wonder, if for nothing else, of what I am calling your attention to. Number one, preference, a choice. Do you make the choice, or does the choice make you? Personal bias. Do you make the choice, or does the choice make you? I will begin by introducing this piece of poetry I have written as to kind of set forth a foundation for our discussion today. The title of this piece, We Come and For What? We come from every place, but nowhere. We bring everything, but nothing. We carve a history, but it's a mystery. We contract a tradition, but narcissistically. We seek authority and order, but sheepishly. We hail leadership, but an ulterior motive. We profess God, but segregationally. We demand knowledge and education, but priority to the melanin-less society. We decry all men are created equal, but Dante's Inferno is man's manifest destiny. Who has claim? Indigenous, indentured, privileged, or slaves? Is slavery the result of the demonic, vile, tasteless, wasteless, worthless, mindless, non-human, non-legitimate, non-man, a portrayal of legacy or reality? We come every place. We bring everything. We carve a history. We seek authority and order. We hail leadership. We profess God. We demand knowledge and education. We decry all men are created equal. But Dante's Inferno is man's manifest destiny? When does this bull crap end? Since 1609. Keep hope alive. In this poem that I just read, I think embodies every man, woman, and child in the American society. This is what we look for: the home of the brave, the land of the free, justice, equality, and liberty. Yet, if I look at the documented history of law enforcement with regard the entire society, there is not a place, there is not a hamlet, there is not a town, incorporated, non-incorporated, in which the law authority does not utilize preference and personal bias in its seeking to deliver authority throughout the entire society. Look at the movies. Gangs in New York. That identified during a specified time frame, pre and actual Civil War, of a neighborhood in New York. 5 Points. I've been there, visited there. And that sets forth the interplay of the interaction of political bosses, law enforcement, common citizenry, immigrants, normalized citizens, and everyone else. And do you know what was significant about not just that story, but all other stories which have to do with the comings and goings and commonplace goings on of the law authority and its relationship to various rungs of society? And guess who was on the bottom? The socially and economically deprived. The authority set forth a tradition. The authority set forth a model. The authority exacerbated their belief and control system to the maximum and beyond. Yet, simultaneously, you didn't see that same attitude in the affluent neighborhoods. My question and my topic today is why? Given forth the documented atrocities, and here's your first homework assignment. For a long time, there existed the ability for the authority to question at length, whatever means possible, a person who was an individual of interest. Up until Miranda, ladies and gentlemen, the authority had the power to do whatever it chose to seek. And number one, an admission, and number two, prosecutorial evidence to delineate that this individual is the person who committed the offense. No holds barred. After Miranda, which is not an old term relative to the relationship with the community to protect and serve and all of its communities under their jurisdiction. We in movies see the happenstance and the wherewithal and the why. But does that in and of itself justify the way that we are treated, the way that we are viewed? And then we get on our white horse and say, well, why did they do that? Excuse me, knock, knock. You set forth the playing field, went in their ballpark, play by their rules, because they set forth the rules. And yet you are so above the fray that while you have this power, you then scrutinize, well, why did they run? The fear that you instilled from day after day, month after month, year after year, century after century of how blatant that you will use any means possible. Preference, personal bias. We did not ask to be poor. We did not ask to be socially disadvantaged. We did not ask to be educationally disadvantaged, but you, in your eloquence and in your superiority, felt that your moral compass superseded. And when you look at me, what did you and what do you see? If you have a natural preference and personal bias against me, why do you have that badge? Your job is to enforce the law. However, would you not think that there would be some type of moral, social, interpersonal obligation that would at least give you credence to conceive if I speak to you or speak at you? It is not, ladies and gentlemen, what you say. It is how you say it. And then, based upon this parasitic belief system of superiority, you have no wherewithal, no mother wit, common sense, to think, could I peel this onion in a different form and still achieve my ultimate end, which is the collective safety of all? Or do I just be lazy, insignificant, immaterial, and dominionistic and continue on the path, because you know what? I get a kick out of kicking his butt. And that's what we have come down to. Believe me, I am not here to hate on every member of the community to protect and serve. I am here to address that there is a solution. It don't cost you nothing. The community to protect and serve does not have to go to Congress to get money to open a community relations center in my neighborhood. It is not what you say. It is how you say it. I was brought to this salient point upon the death of two men of color outside the city of St. Louis, Missouri. I wrote a piece 2 days after the happening called AmeriCA. And now I would like to read that piece for you. This piece was written to honor the families of those men and women who lost their lives due to preference and personal bias. America. Home of the brave and land of hypocrisy. I am so blessed and honored that the community to protect and serve just kill me, Negro, indiscriminately. I am in awe of your elephant. 11, come 11, boys, vision, heavenly, and always unequivocally right. I am speechless as to your meticulous, strategic, and systematic, breathless king of Zeus wisdom. 2 years after your little rowboat arrival, approximately 1609, bought my emasculated black ass and family so Massa could continue his Neanderthal, color-centric, and purist to God, culturally, entitlement, endowment, dominion, perpetually, while simultaneously, profusely from his posterior cavity, anterior to his second brain, and said, Momo, I make Momo money. Your Aryan and calculated insight and foresight to complete dominion, woven within the context of the complex with direct dialect, human legitimate man, I can't by law see. Is there a dilemma? No problem. No problema. 'Cause I don't even qualify in your eye to ever be a I. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? America? America? AmeriCA, home of the brave and land of hypocrisy. I am so damn blessed and honored that the community to protect and serve just kill me, Negro, indiscriminately. Yes, yes. Sawatika.